I just finished day 5, and I was not able to. I didn't have an hour today to do my meditation because Bodhi took a nap in the car on the way home from Costco, so I just didn't have an hour to myself until this evening. And so I told my husband that I would rock Bodhi to sleep because I needed to do my meditation anyway, and he would just sleep on my chest for the rest of the time. And as soon as I said that, I realized I was willingly and really without even thinking about it giving up my finish line pleasure of watching Kimmy Schmidt or Last Week Tonight or whatever that I love that time when I'm like the TV, I'm watching my show. That is my finish line to the day, where I have given myself full permission to numb out, and I just didn't even think about giving that up. It was easy and without thought, so that was pretty cool. So what I just focused on my breath this time, and that's it. And a lot of times when I notice my thoughts have drifted off when I'm doing a silent meditation, I will come back to my breath, and I'll take a deep breath, and I'll just connect back to my breath. But what I don't ever do is notice where my breath is at when my thoughts have drifted away and just stay there and notice it. I automatically fix it. I fix my breath. I make it deeper and into my belly and more connected in order to bring myself back into the moment, bring my thoughts, or I think even just when I bring myself back to the moment, that's just my natural response with my breath. And so today I intentionally stayed with what my natural breath was in that moment, in the beginning of the meditation. And I noticed it was the same thing every time my thoughts would drift off, and I'd come back and it was that same breath. And I just pictured it as this thin wisp. It looked like smoke when the way it curls, and it's just translucent, going down and coming up. And it was almost like liquid in a straw, where it never fully comes down in and settles, and it's never fully released. And I was just like, wow, that's terrible. That is so not nourishing to my body. And I am certain that my tiredness is probably, a large contributing factor is how I'm breathing, because there is no way that my body is getting what it needs when my breath is that shallow. And not only am I not taking in what I need, I'm not releasing my breath fully. And as soon as I do that, as soon as I take a proper breath or a connected breath, I can feel my body being fed. I can feel my soul being fed. And when I exhale completely, I can feel the release of so much more than my breath. I mean, obviously my physical body is releasing and relaxing, but just letting go of everything that's not now. So, I'm sure that that's happening to me during the day, and I'm not realizing it. So it was super interesting to stay with that, without going into that automatic fixing, which I don't see it as fixing, but I think that's kind of probably what's going on. So in staying with that, I have so much more awareness around how I'm showing up throughout my day. And one thing is I'm super excited to do, I don't know, some breathing exercise with my kids tomorrow when things are getting sticky and difficult, and I'm feeling resistance with them. So I don't know what that's going to look like yet, but it's going to be something. So I'm trying to think if there was anything else that came up. I think that maybe breath was in my current stream of consciousness because we had in our intuitive messenger class on Tuesday night, which was yesterday, we were talking, and I just picked up my cards and I started shuffling them, and the card that came out was language of the breath, and it was everything that we had just been talking about. I mean, it was incredible. It's always perfect. Like, the card that comes is always perfect, but it doesn't always seem so apparent in the moment. So sometimes it's like, oh, I'm sure that's perfect. I'm sure that's what I need. But I don't see it right now. Whereas this, it was one of those moments where it's like, oh my God, how did it know? And I'm sure there was probably like something around that in that card. What is that? Okay, so for some reason right now, because I know that I'm posting these videos, which I didn't intend when I did that first video, I just did it because I don't know why, and I certainly didn't have any thoughts about posting it. And so now, as I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about what I want to capture for myself in capturing this experience and not being able to think of it right away, I'm feeling bad that I'm wasting video, or like someone might be watching this and being like, spit it out, which I think that to myself about myself all the time, because I'm not nearly as good with spoken word as I am with writing. Anyway, that's what's coming up for me right now, and so I wanted to share that and capture that. But I'm trying to think about what was in that card. So it talked about using our whole body as an organ of perception. It talked about the illusion of us being separate. And I think that's where I'm wanting to go right now, because when I go back to the fullness of breath, and I'm feeling it and I'm releasing it, it is, if I could just start doing 2 minutes of that when I'm not feeling so great during the day and when I'm feeling resistance or fear coming up, that's where I want to go, because it is incredible how quickly all these illusions fall away, and how connected I immediately feel to Source and to Spirit and to God and to you and to everyone else. And thinking about, even on, in this physical realm, the air I'm breathing, the air that nourishes and sustains me, came from you. It was in your body. It has particles of you in it, and I am breathing that in. And so Ani has a song. What does she say? Each breath is recycled from someone else's lungs. Our enemies are the very air we breathe. And so even on this physical realm, how breath connects us and makes us one, and how we can see that even on the physical realm. But man, as soon as I start doing that, getting into that connected breath, It's more than just molecules, and it's like a deeper feeling and knowing of connection. Connection. So I'm just more and more excited to do some sort of breathing exercise with my kids tomorrow when I'm not feeling connected to them, because I'm not feeling connected to myself, because I'm not feeling connected to source. And how fucking great is it that it is that simple of a tool that we have, that we can, so like, we don't need anything. As long as we're alive and thinking thoughts that are disconnecting us, we are alive and able to breathe in everything that we need. It's amazing. It's so amazing, and it's so exciting, and it's so incredible. So, yay. Yay for breathing, and yay for breath, and yay for connection. Day 5.